Edward England, c. 1685-1721, was an Irish pirate. The ships he sailed on included the Pearl, which he renamed the Royal James, and later the Fancy, for which England exchanged the Pearl in 1720. His flag was the classic Jolly Roger, almost exactly as the one Black Sam Bellamy used, with a human skull above two crossed bones on a black background. Like Bellamy, England was known for his kindness and compassion as a leader. Unlike many other pirates of the time, England was born Edward Seager in Ireland around 1685. He took part in Henry Jennings' expedition for the sunken 1715 treasure fleet off the coast of Florida, and then began sailing with Charles Vane in 1718. Upon Vane and other prominent pirates accepting the king's pardon, England and some of his men sailed for Africa. Along his way, he spawned the career of Bartholomew Roberts, among others. In 1720, near the African island of Comoros, England and his men got into a violent conflict with James Macrae. After 10 days of hiding on an island, England and Macrae agreed to a peace deal, upsetting England's crew. He was subsequently voted out as captain and marooned on the island of Mauritius. After 4 months, England and the loyal crewmen that had been stranded with him managed to build a boat and sail to a pirate safe haven in Madagascar. He died sometime in the winter of 1721, possibly from tropical disease. Early life. Born in Ireland as Edward Seager, sometime around 1685, he was probably raised a Catholic and was said to be an educated man. Seager changed his surname to England when he turned pirate. Some sources claim Seager was not England's name at all, but was instead a separate pirate, Jasper Seager, who sailed under England. England made his way to Jamaica, and during the War of the Spanish Succession, he served as a privateer. He was captured by the pirate captain Christopher Winter and forced to join the crew. Winter took England to the pirate base on Nassau, Bahamas. England took part in Henry Jennings' assault on the Spanish salvage camp at Palma de Ayes, Florida, stealing 7,000 in gold and silver. England is next reported as Charles Vane's quartermaster in March 1718. Vane's sloop, the Lark, was captured by the Royal Navy, but England and the rest of the crew were released to induce the other pirates of Nassau to accept the king's pardon. Indian Ocean. By 1720, England had reached the Indian Ocean, where he met with fellow pirate captain Oliver Labuse. England captured a 34-gun Dutch ship, which he named Fancy in honor of English pirate Henry Every, and he made the Fancy his new flagship. England decided to attack an East Indiaman under the command of James Macrae, the Cassandra, near the island of Comoros. A long and bloody battle ensued, and both ships ran aground. Finally, Macrae, who was injured, tired, and hungry, went aboard England's consort, the Victory, hoping for mercy, and surrendered to the pirates. The cargo of the Cassandra was valued at 75,000. 90 of the Fancy's crew died in the attack on the Cassandra. England had a good nature and unusual kindness in that he did not believe in torturing captives unless they could not otherwise be persuaded. England ordered Macrae's life spared, and the pirates kept the Cassandra and gave the heavily damaged Fancy to Macrae. England's quartermaster, John Taylor, who was now captain of the Victory, resented this choice and only agreed after England got him drunk. England then captured a small English ship near Cochin. The drunk captain reporting a false rumor that Macrae was preparing a fleet to chase the pirates. This enraged the pirates, particularly Taylor, who had wanted to kill Macrae. Around this time, Taylor organized a vote to remove England from command. The new captain, a former member of the fancy crew named Jasper Seater, marooned England and 3 others on the coast of Mauritius before taking Cassandra and Victory north in the hunt for more prizes. Seater died in 1721, with Cassandra eventually passing to Taylor, who took her to the Caribbean, marooning in Mauritius. England and his 3 companions were put ashore without adequate provisions and were forced to scavenge. After about 4 months, the men built a small boat and managed to sail to the pirate haven of St. Augustine's Bay in Madagascar. Legacy: after arriving at St. Augustine's Bay, England survived for a while on the charity of other pirates, possibly some of Henry Every's old crew. He died in late 1720 or early 1721, possibly from a tropical disease. England's son, John, eventually did as his father had wished and named his son John as well. This tradition continued among England's descendants. Edward England is known today as one of the more humane pirate captains of the golden age of piracy. According to Captain Charles Johnson, he had a great deal of good nature and did not want for courage. He was not avaricious and always averse to the ill usage of prisoners received. He would have been contented with moderate plunder and less mischievous pranks could his companions have been brought to the same temper, but he was generally overruled, and as he was engaged in that abominable society, he was obliged to be a partner in all their vile actions.